What's up, everybody? So today we got the Turtles of Grayskull exclusive Leonardo figure right here in the flesh. Let me tell you something. I'm pretty amazed right here. This shit is looking better than I thought. Something's bothering me a little bit about it, which I'll get into in a minute. Right here on the back of the box, I was lucky enough to give me the US version so I could read the shit that's on this bitch. It says an explosion from the Technodrome sends the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles across dimensions to Eternia. Now augmented with the tech from Man-at-Arms Armory, Leonardo leads his brothers into battle for the power of Grayskull. Well, that definitely fills in some blanks that I was curious about. Further looking at this box, you can see the weapon right there that Leonardo comes with. The two katanas that come together to make a powerful sword. He's duking it out with Shredder and shit right there on the back. Can't wait to get my hands on that figure. But right now, let's go over the comic. Right there, the Turtles of Grayskull by the power of pizza. Pizza. Long story short, He-Man and his crew is chilling and shit while they fixing stuff right there at their base. But all of a sudden, they get some sentries that go off. They gotta take their ass to the swamp and shit, so he ends up taking Moss Man and Ram Man. They roll out, they say they be right back, but they ass don't come right back. They was gone for a couple days, so then Man-at-Arms and Teela, they go down to investigate. They see some freak-ass Trapjaw mixed together with Mouser, who end up making Mouse Jaw. They was kind of caught off guard with all these extra mouses and shit. And just when shit starts to get heated, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles pop up. They're used to deal with mousers, so they put him in his place, fuck his shit up. Then Teela realizes that that's just Trapjaw, you know what I'm saying? And they know how to fuck his shit up. So she knocks that bitch out. After that, everybody introduces themselves, tell them they only from around here. They say they from New York. So they say, come on, let's go get the hell out of here. They go busting up somewhere else. So when the Turtles get back with Man-at-Arms and Teela, they break down how they end up getting there. They had a little altercation with Shredder and Krang. They end up fucking some shit up and boom, they end up in Eternia. Man-at-Arms and Teela, they cool with the shit. So they end up hooking the Turtles up with some new gear. They end up busting up over some pizza, and they call that shit a day. For Krang and Shredder, they end up in Snake Mountain with Skeletor and shit. And their ass got souped up from the mutagen. Skeletor's happy as a motherfucker, because they end up catching He-Man, and they dosed his ass up with all the mutagen that made him the mutated He-Man. Pretty good comic, but it's time to see the figure. And there he is, folks. Leonardo, Turtles of Grayskull figure. First initial thoughts. That bitch is a bright-ass blue. That blue right there reminds me of a different turtle that I'll show later, a little bit later in the video. But I'm loving that armor. I'm loving these big-ass swords right here. Everything's popping. I like how they added the detail right there. You can see right there at the bottom where the feet is, the blue in there. It ain't gonna have no knee pads, elbow pads, so you gotta put that blue in somewhere. And I'm liking that. I wish the blue was a little bit darker, but it is what it is. I'm really digging the armor that's all over his body. Shit pops. Checking out the back. I like how that shell is. They got that fur and shit on the top. I'm gonna check to see if that shit comes off. But all in all, it looks good. The shell is a decent size, decent shape. Right now, I'm looking at the bottom. They got that little butt part covering his back of his butt and shit. It looks alright. Looks a little bit funny coming from the other side of the shell. But hey, it is what it is. They gotta put that blue somewhere. And as far as that strap on the back, I'm gonna have to compare to the other turtle to see something real quick. Right there, see what I'm saying? On his back, that shit is lower. But on his back, that shit's higher. They probably did that shit for a reason. We're gonna find out in a minute. But other than that, yeah, I could have added some blue on the straps of mine. When I made my custom figure, I did this shit months ago, 4 or 5 months ago, before I even seen how the Turtles was gonna look. And I think I did pretty good. Right here, looking at his sword right there, is 2 different swords. Kind of like how the OG He-Man and Skeletor, they had their shit split in half. And right there it is together. Nice, thick-ass sword. I like it a lot better together. It clips together a lot better than the OG original swords did. There ain't no holes, no gaps. That's some fine craftsmanship right there. Right there, you can see why they put that strap so high on the shell. That's because he got this big-ass fucking sword, look like Final Fantasy VII, big-ass sword and shit. But it works. And it's needed, and I like it. Right here, taking off the armor, you can see how the shell connects to the back right there with the strap. So you can rock it with just holding the shield. Little side view, you can see in there all that hair and shit on the top. Unfortunately, it don't come off unless you cut that bitch off. If I get some extra figures, I cut the shit off, but I ain't cutting it off this. Right there, butt-ass naked. This turtle right here, he looks like, what the fuck is her name? Venus de Milo. Let me throw up on the screen. You see that shit? Don't that shit look like Venus right there? With them light-ass blue colors? I mean, I know mine's a little light in itself, but no, they put the little speckle shit in the blue. That shit looks like Venus all day. Especially since I've been used to my custom figures and shit with the shell on the outside, you know what I mean? I'm not used to no shell coming off. And speaking of which, look at this shit. It ain't natural. It ain't normal. I don't like it. I'm not a fan of it. Yeah, I'm glad that they made a little shell on the back, but technically, turtle shells, they don't come off. That shit is infused to their spine and their ribs and shit. This turtle would be dead if his shell came off. That's just the imprint from the meat. You know what I'm saying? But they did what they could, you know what I mean? Hey, I know it's an action figure, but I don't remember none of my turtles from back in the day having their shells come off, making them butt-ass naked like they about to die. No, that's a no-no in my book, and I don't like it. Right here next to a naked normal figure wun-dar right there, you can see how they did the work in the chest to make it look like a turtle. And for that, they did a good job. I like it. Damn near the same size everything as the normal buck, but in turtle version, it works. And for that, I give them that, but hey, they should have kept that shell connected on the body. Right here with his butt naked ass with the shell in his hand, holding on to dear life. You can see he's got that big ass sword in his hand. This shit looks good. It works good as a shield. Yeah, I get it. That's what he's supposed to do, but nah. I want to see them pull that shit off in the comic and have that bitch take his shell off like that. I don't think it's going to happen. Right there with all his clothes on with the armor. It looks okay. I'd have rather gave him a normal shield instead of having a turtle shell, because just like I said, my turtles keep the shells on their back. I will never display him with the shell in his hand like that. It's unnatural and I don't like it. But right there with that sword, you can see how big that shit is. I gotta compare it to the normal sword right there. He-Man's sword of power. His sword just is so much bigger. It's damn near twice the size of the sword of power. He's shitting on He-Man. Look, He-Man's sad and shit. He don't even want to look at him in his face. That made his sword look bad. Right there with that armor on my figure, I fuck with it. It looks okay. The only thing is, I don't like how that thing is hanging down there, covering his junk. I mean, hey, maybe my turtle's well endowed like that, you know what I'm saying? So it's got covered up. All in all, it's a nice improvement. Right here, we got He-Man and wun-dar. They just robbed the shit out of Leonardo. They said, give me your armor, you don't deserve that shit. It belongs to us now. You an Eternia, motherfucker. So they took his shit. Wun-dar, you know what I'm saying? He was cold out here, he was butt-ass naked. He had to put that shit on. My one is just watching this shit happy. Hey, he don't want no trouble. And that's how it go. Leonardo want to smoke. This ain't New York. They ain't Eternia. And we play with big-ass swords down here. Right here looking at the armor on wun-dar. It looks good on a normal human figure. I like it. Wun-dar is happy. If he's happy, I'm happy. We all happy. Hey, look at that. That Venus-looking turtle. She can't do shit about it. Right there next to mine. Right there. You ain't gonna say that bitch don't look like Venus. You know your ass seen that shit. So right there, folks, it looks good right there. But there's one more thing I want to see. I want to see what this shit looks like in natural light. So I brought these turtles outside. And you can clearly see how the sun just glistens off the turtle. You can see the nice deep green right there in the body. It looks good. And I'm glad that my figures are the same height. Everything matched up. I love it. Great job, Mattel, on this figure. Looking at the back, you can see right there, I mixed up the shells on mine. I got the one color on his, the other color on his. And right there, mine is matching up with the Leonardo. I got it. Bringing their ass back in at the palace. I'm satisfied all in all, folks. Great job on this figure. I cannot wait to check out the other ones in this line. But right now, they're on a great start. The only thing I don't like I said, is the shell coming off. But I get it. They need some type of, you know what I'm saying? They should have gave him a damn sewer cover or something like that. I'd have been fine with that shit. But like I said, my shell will always stay on his back. And right there's the Donatello figure. But it's the same shit as this turtle. No need for me to go over them both. There's other reviews out there on Donatello. That's it for the review. And now it's time for me to go work on my stories. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching, folks. And if you like what you saw, do my ass a favor and drop me a like. Subscribe to the channel while you're at it. It ain't gonna hurt you, is it? Come on now. Go ahead and hit the button. I know you have to hit the button. Hit that goddamn button, drop a like. All right, I'm out of here.